Hello YouTube, it's William. Welcome to another Whittle Talk. Justin Wolf with Wolf's Customs. I'm a part of the group that he has on Facebook. He was having a bad day like all of us do, and he was talking about us knife makers not making the knife handles to where they would do a good friction fit in leather. So I got to looking at my handles, and he's right. This is pretty much the handles. Now, if you have a deep sheath, and it has a good friction fit here, and I do my own sheaths, so most of my sheaths come up way up here. But if you want to do a short kydex sheath, there's really nothing to hold the knife, really. I mean, there's a little finger guard here, but that's on just a few of my knives. But if you wanted something to really snap over the handle and hold the knife securely, then you'd want some sort of a bump out here. And some of my knives do, like the big choppers and things like that, does have that. And the reason I didn't do it on these was because I like having the thumb there. And that's the reason. And it's similar to the wood lower. Of course, my palm swell is a little different than the wood lower, but I like having the thumb there for chest lever cuts and things like that. But so I took Justin's advice, and I had an old blade that I had messed up on an order. Hey, it happens. And so I created me a different blade, and this is it. But I wanted to play around with the handle a little bit, and this is what I came up with. I don't know if you can see it or not. Put it in front of my shirt. But it does have kind of a swell here. But I actually chamfered a little bit here so that you still have that ability to lay your thumb on there. And I have been playing with this knife for a few days, and handle is very comfortable. Still has a palm swell. It allows you to wrap your hand around it. See how your small finger almost touches is even with the rest of them. That's because of the indentation here, and also it's thinned out here. And that's what you want in a handle. You want something that fits in your hand. Your hand is not shaped like a tube, like a broom handle. A lot of people like broom handles, and if you do, that's great. That's all well and good. I prefer a contoured handle because I get more of a secure grip. A lot of people don't like the micarta because they said it's too slick when it's wet. Well, if you have contours in the micarta, it doesn't twist and slip as much. You have more to grab onto. It fits your hand. Okay, and like I said in other ones, if you take a handle and you squeeze as hard as you can just for a few seconds, then let go, if you don't feel any burning, then that means that handle doesn't have any hot spots. And this handle doesn't have any hot spots for my hand. It also has a little guard on this one. A lot of people don't like guards, but hey, sometimes they're handy. You can hook your little finger in there and hold on to the knife and do those small intricate cuts and everything, and you know, and so you still have that ability to control the blade, but again, it's thin enough to lay your thumb on there comfortably, but you also have this little deal here for your notches in your leather, your friction fit for your kydex. So thanks, Justin, for bringing that to my attention. I never really thought about it. So I know he wasn't directing that at me, because I don't think he's ever done a sheath for one of my knives. But hey, if an expert makes some advice, you listen. So Justin, I listened, and this is an option for you guys. Another thing is that I find some people were complaining on the knife that's being reviewed in the gauntlet that the spine was too sharp here to lay your thumb. Well, this handle allows you to do that. It has a little flat base right here that your thumb sits on it very comfortably, and you still have room and you still have a 90-degree spine for scraping that bark, or using on the ferro rod if you so choose. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this handle for a moment, and I'm really pleased with it. It's very comfortable. I have been whittling on a stick with it as I'm heat treating blades, and I mean, just if you lay your thumb on there, it's very comfortable, and it just feels good in the hand. So that is an option. If you order a knife from me and you want this style of handle instead of the sloped handle Coke bottle, the typical Coke bottle handle, if you want the wide mouth handle, the wide mouth Coke bottle, you will. I don't know what to call it. Then let me know and I can do that. So I'm really liking it. It's the handle is kind of square, whereas this one is rounded, more rounded. It does have a little flat places there, but I squared this one off. I don't know if you can see the grains in the micarta, but I kind of squared it off quite a bit here and just eased the shoulders off. Gives it a little bit more thickness. Now if you want to round it off more, you would have to put liners on it, thicker liners, so that I have something to work with. But a knife as it is, just a 3/8 handle scales, feels good like that. But again, I just eased the corners off. I didn't actually ease them off that much. If you want more of a rounded handle, you would have to do 1/8" liners. So, all right, just a quick shout out to Justin. If you haven't seen his channel, then go watch it. He has a lot of good stuff on there, and I'll put a link to his channel below. And so anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate all your support, your views, your comments. It all means the world to me. I haven't said that in a while, but it does. All your subscriptions. I think my channel has just exploded in the last year, and I do appreciate that. That is just humbling, really. And until the next one, you guys get in the backyard, whittle on a stick, handle those knives. Let your hands be comfortable with those knives and understand the different grips on a knife, how to hold a knife. You don't have to hold it on the handle. You can hold it up here on the blade. Nothing says that you have to hold it here. You can hold it any way you want to, as long as you don't grab the edge very hard. You can either hold it like that, as long as you're careful. So don't let any knife laws restrict you from handling a knife the way you want to handle a knife, what feels comfortable with you. The more you handle a knife, the more comfortable you get with that knife, and the more that you understand the limitations as well as what it excels at. That's the reason I say whittle on a stick, because it teaches you about that knife. Now you may want to expand your knowledge on different knives and get different knives, and I recommend doing that so that you can be able to train yourself to pick up any knife, size, shape, form, whatever, and accomplish a task that you want to accomplish with it. And that comes with using different types of knives, or different shapes and sizes of knives. So anyway, get in the backyard, whittle on a stick, take a child with you, teach him and her how to whittle on a stick, do it safely. Teach them about knives, teach them about fires, outdoor stuff, how to hunt, how to fish, how to sustain themselves, because they may get caught out in the wilderness sometime and need to know those skills. They need to know how to make a fire. So teach them young. Teach them a love for this great outdoors. And if you do, take plenty of Band-Aids and lots of knives. We'll catch you again soon.